You're back with Bobby and JJ Radio. We've spent the morning all about food with our friends Karen Evans, Michael Sahaki, owner of Restaurant Gwendolyn, and Roland Cavazos, owner of Inn on the River, a great bed and breakfast here in San Antonio. Up next, we have Angela Covo from Edible Magazine, which I have a copy in my hand, and it looks gorgeous. Angela started this magazine 3 years ago. We're actually in the 3-year anniversary month, so happy anniversary to you.
Well, thank you.
And she and her husband Freddie owned a chocolate shop, Bobby, for 10 years in Manhattan. So
Really?
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
So tell us, Angela, about Edible Magazine. Why did you start it? You know, obviously it started 3 years ago, but what was the impetus behind it?
Well, it wasn't as noble as Michael, actually. One day I was in the farmer's market, and I saw this gorgeous magazine. I just had surgery. I couldn't speak, and it had been the second, third, fourth week. I only had to not be able to speak for 1 week, but it ended up being 6 weeks.
Wow.
So I started going a little crazy because I'm a big talker. So so there we were at the farmer's market, and I see this gorgeous magazine. It said Edible Austin. And so I wrote on my little dry board, how much is the magazine? And the lady's like, signing, because she thought I was deaf.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, I'm a mute. And so anyway.
That's funny.
It was free. So I took it, and I went home, and I did research. And at that time, I was a managing editor at La Prensa. And I was, looking for a way to always make extra money. And I thought, oh, that's a beautiful magazine. I'd love to write for them. And I did the research, and it turned out that there were in almost every big city in the United States, except for our city.
In San Antonio, which is amazing because it's such a culinary city now. It's like a culinary mecca.
And so I started finding out how to get a hold of this, and it was a licensing agreement. It was extremely expensive, and we talked to the ladies, and we liked them, and they liked us. And a few weeks later, they said, well, somebody else in San Antonio is interested, so you're going to have to make a decision. And the decision was monetary. So I was like, oh. So the kids came back. We were having dinner or something, and I looked kind of crestfallen. And they were like, what's wrong? And I'm like, we're not going to be able to get the magazine.
Yeah.
By Mother's Day, they'd all borrowed money and worked, and I don't know how they did it, and they gave me a check for $50,000.
Your kids?
My kids and my husband.
Wow.
And so with that, I was supposed to, do the down payment for this thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but I was like, shouldn't we pay the bills? So they were like, no, don't you dare. So we did it, and we started the magazine.
That's awesome. Well, tell us about your writers. Like, what is in this magazine, and who contributes to it? Hint, hint, the man next to me.
There's some guy downtown that owns a restaurant, Gwendolyn.
He owns 2 other restaurants, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I heard.
ramen and stuff.
Michael
Sahaki. Okay.
He is one of the most brilliant writers I've ever read.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm absolutely honored to have him in my magazine.
That's great.
He does a wonderful job. He has a very specific point of view. Sometimes I have to rein him in a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. I very rarely have to edit it, which is something I can't say about even me. So it's quite a read. And he's very popular. People go right to the back page to see his article. I think you can...
Probably in here, right?
He's got the last bite.
Do you have a different theme every month?
No, I don't do themes.
You don't do themes. Okay.
Yeah, it's about food.
It's
there you go. You're on my side. So there are edibles all over the country, but ours is really different from all of them, actually, because all of the other ones have, like, themes, and, like, they do Cooks Month and Travel Month. We do it all in every issue. Yeah. So we always have a great destination. We always have a great set of recipes that we think are relevant at the moment.
That's great. So you kind of expect the same ideas every time.
Yeah.
Just in terms of, like...
Yeah, so we have a section called Little Bites, and that's like news you can use, and that's where I get to put all my stuff in that,
How fun.
So who are your typical readers?
Well, we did a thing of demographics. I thought we would find that there were more women readers but it's pretty 50-50.
Okay.
And
I know a lot of people I know, a lot of my cook friends are guys. Like one of my close friends, he's a guy. My brother's a great cook. Like, my mom growing up, it was all the women cook, but a lot of the guys really are into cooking now. And
it's true. But more than that, it's also interesting that we have a very huge demographic that lies in 18 to 34.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting
that too.
because the reading is pretty, I think, some of it's easy, but some of it isn't so easy.
Do you think, is it geared more toward culinary professionals or towards people like myself who
like
just want to
foodies.
learn how to cough better, who want to learn how to cook better? I cough just fine.
I can teach you how to cough really well. It's geared towards people who care about where their food comes from.
Okay.
So it's much more universal than
Yeah,
just
that's
towards
great.
the industry or
So it's very
towards,
inclusive. It's just kind of
It's
if you wanna
super
learn
inclusive.
more.
Yeah.
Well, how do you get a subscription to this magazine?
Oh, well, it's free.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Right,
If
right.
you want to pick it up, if you want to help us, you can subscribe, and everybody does subscribe. $1 of that subscription will go to the San Antonio Food Bank.
Awesome.
And then when we
we've had
hit
them on before.
500 people, $2 will go because we'll drop our mailing costs a little bit.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
And if you'd like to subscribe, all you have to do is go to ediblesa.com
Perfect.
And how often do you print?
every 2 months.
Bi-monthly, okay.
Was it no?
It's about 8
bi-monthly
weeks.
is twice a month.
No, it applies to both, and we've never
It's
quite
so
figured it
weird,
out.
the English language.
Try to correct
So
me.
I say
That's
every
what you
8
get.
weeks,
That's what
just
you
so
get.
there's no confusion.
All right. Well, you can find them on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. Bobby and JJ will be back with you next week.
Bye.